If you are searching for a tool that will speed up your web design or help you with your web design, then we have the perfect tool for you inside of this video, because Hoverify will do this and so much more. So let me show you how it works. So Hoverify is basically an extension that you have inside your browser. I have it for Google Chrome, but I believe it's also for Firefox available as well. So once installed and once activated your license, you will have these options. You will have the inspect, the color eyedropper, the assets responsive, and the debug, build with, and take a screenshot. So let's take a look at the first section, and that will be the inspect element. And as you can see, as soon as I hover over things, I get instant data on that element. So for example, if I hover over this image section, you will see that which class it has, what the source is, the title of the image itself, what kind of radiuses they have, the color, the letter spacing, line height, width, everything you want to. The cool thing is that if you press with the left mouse button, this stays docked onto the page. And you can do this with multiple elements. So let's say I want to have an overview of this button. I can just drag it here and then add it to this overview. If you have a few elements that you want to send over to your designer, for example, then you can just take a screenshot and send it over. Another option would be that you can just copy the code that's inside onto your notepad, onto a Word document or something like this, and that's available as well. Another option that Hoverify gives you is by exporting it to CodePen, and CodePen exports the data in 3 different sections like HTML, CSS, and if it contains any kind of JavaScript, it will show that as well. But as you can see, this element only has HTML and then a lot of CSS to make it look good onto the website itself. But this is an option that you can use to save certain elements and use it onto your own website. So that is one section that you can do. So let me just remove this and let's head over to other sections of inspect. If you select another version, you can select the hashtag and then you will see everything aligned once hovering over it. So if you hover over this, you will see that this is a 2-column layout, but you can also do something else. So another thing you can do with inspect is instead of hovering over every section, you can also click this grid icon, and this gives you the layout of the entire website. So you can see how the header, the menu section has been built up, what section this contains. So if you want to see how this section has been made up, as you can see, this is a 2-column layout. You can see the H1 tags here. If you scroll down, you will see the many more features that it contains. And this gives you a good overview of how a web page could be built and maybe how you can rebuild it, redesign it into your own website as well. Another thing that you can have are the fonts overview. So these are all the fonts that's being used onto this website. Another section will be pen icon, and with the pen icon, let me just disable this, and with the pen icon you can make any kind of adjustments. So let's say that you are viewing a website that you really like and you want to have a similar layout, then you can just make notes for your web designer, like something like create this layout for me. You can just screenshot it and then send it over to your web designer. So you don't have to take a screenshot and make all kinds of notes and annotations. You can just do this directly with Hoverify itself onto the web page. The other one is the color palette, and this gives you the color overview that's being used on the website itself. So really handy to have, with nice little copy icons next to each color that allows you to copy and paste this really quickly to your own dashboard. Then we also have the search icon, and you can search by ID, by class, or by tags, and Hoverify will display them to you as you type them. You can also write your custom CSS here. So if you are a coder, if you are good in web design yourself, then you can do some experimenting here with custom CSS and see how that looks like on this section. If we go to the next element, you will see that we also have a nice and handy color eyedropper. So if you see a color that you like, you can just select the pick the color, and then you can just press it wherever you want to, and the color stays dark. So if you have multiple colors that you would like to have, you can just dock these all at the same time. So just grab them and then dock them as you like to. And as you can see, you can just take a screenshot, or you can also copy them with the copy icon next to it. The next section is a really cool section, and that is the assets. If you take a look here, you will see that you will get an overview of all the assets, all the images, SVGs, and videos that are being used onto the website itself. And you are allowed to download them. Do keep in mind that some images will be copyright protected, so do this at your own discretion. For videos, you will see nothing being displayed, although we have a YouTube video here, but YouTube embeddeds will not show up here. You also have a section for responsive design. So if we grab this, you will see that you will get all kinds of layouts, right? So you have the Nexus 5, the Galaxy S5, the iPhone 8, the iPad mini. It takes a little bit of time to load it onto every device. It takes about 20 to 30 seconds. But once it has been loaded, you will be able to scroll down and see the entire website in real time. And so let me try and scroll down already. It takes a little bit of time. It should be ready now. Yes. So if we scroll down, you can see how the website looks like on different kinds of devices. And you can see if there are any issues as well. So you can see alignment issues, you can see if some data is falling out of view, and you can address them yourself. Also good when pitching to potential clients. The next section will be the debug section, and this is a good section that has been recently added. And this gives you an overview. You can clear all the cache to see if the issue on your website will be resolved that way. You can see all the meta tags that are available. You can also see an overview of all links and see if they are pointing correctly. If you have a status 200, like you see here, then you have valid links onto your website. And you also have a spell check. The next section will be the build with section. And this is powered by buildwith.com. So it's an integration. But you can see everything from hosting up to analytics and tracking, widgets, frameworks, mobile, content delivery networks, so CDNs, payments, audio, video, media, JavaScript, document encoding, and document standards as well. So it's a good overview to see if you are interested to see how a website has been built. And the last feature is a take screenshot feature, which is really cool because if we do so, we can capture the full page, we can only capture the visual area, or we can capture all tabs. So if we do the full page, you will see me not touching anything, and you will see the page scrolling down automatically, and Hoverify is taking a screenshot of the entire section. Once done, it will open up a new tab, as you can see here, and you will have your entire web page available to you. So how it looks like. And you can either save it as a PNG or a JPEG, or you can also save it as a PDF. So good to provide as lead magnets or show certain presentations wise. If you have multiple tabs that you want to save, you can also save as a zip file. So you can see that Hoverify is a really helpful tool that has a lot of features integrated and will help you speed up your web design, but also see how certain web pages are being built. So go grab yourself a copy of Hoverify today and try it out yourself.